big hello to everybody out there. I'm very, very glad to give you this teeny weeny sneak peek behind a very special new podcast that has developed, that has been created. And I'm so excited to say it has to do with an extremely, extremely loving and nurturing and family friend event, weddings. And I know everybody out there at one moment in time or another has planned or will be planning on a wedding, and you just don't know where you're going and where do you start and who do you ask and what do you do first and what are the colors and whatnot. Don't fret. There is a reason why we're here. And we're here because we are here with the best. And she's a professional, and she's really the only person who is going to sit down and take you step by step through everything in terms of your decision to marry and your wedding day. So I have the utmost pleasure, and she is a good friend, dear friend, Valerie Guerrera. Hello, Valerie.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Podcast about weddings. Amazing.
It is, eh?
It's amazing that there's a podcast where I'll be able to help you plan your wedding, all the advice, everything you need to know about weddings. I got your back.
That's fantastic. Already it seems like something pretty heavy. So you are definitely somebody that very handy to have on their side.
Exactly. Well, as a wedding planner, as I tell all my clients and potential clients, I'm here to help you no matter from A to Z.
Really? What's the A to Z? Tell us.
Well, first off, your wedding date. I had clients in the past, believe it or not, they didn't have a wedding date when they first met me yet. So to narrow date, because some couples of mine in the past, they're like, well, they want a very specific date, either for religious reasons or maybe close to their anniversary when they first started dating. So that's a big thing. Mm-hmm. But then venue, availability. Yeah. You can't forget the venue, right? So it's venue and date hand in hand all the time. So that's why when I get into the picture, I help my clients to be like, okay, well, depending on the venue and the availability, do they have the date you want? Because maybe you don't want to give up the special date, right? Because it's very sentimental to you for whatever reason it might be. Yeah. So that's one thing we'll be for sure talking about, venues, all that good stuff, date, wedding date, you name it, all of it.
Oh my gosh, already I'm like, wow, that is just really, really heavy when you think about it and you're bride-to-be. Mm-hmm. And I was a bride-to-be like way back when.
You know what I like about this podcast? Sorry, guys, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm coming in there. I'm also in the wedding scene. Not true. Like you are. I just do one aspect. I play music in weddings, and it's so much fun. I love it. But what I like about this podcast is, and I think everyone could talk to you about it, it's a part of your life that you never forget.
Very
the
true.
Planning of besides the wedding and who it is, all that stuff. It's the most important. But you remember planning it, and you always have a certain camaraderie with other people that plan. So I think this podcast is pretty cool in the sense that it's going to have you're going to be able to relate to different stories, different things that happen, and you can say, oh my god, yeah, like at my wedding or when my sister got married, this happened.
Exactly.
It's stuff to talk about, stories, and it's fun to hear other people's stories. Like some people turn around and say, oh my god, I wasn't stressed at all, and others like, oh my god, I was so, like, it's fun to relate something so relatable and to talk to people that are in the same ballpark, and you girls are going to make it happen amazingly, because the vibe.
Well, not me, Val is, because Val is the professional.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the vibe is amazing, right? It's all about the vibe, and it's all about how we talk about it and what we talk about. And Wedding Chimes with Val is going to be a blast, and I'm so excited to see what's to come.
Same here.
Well, we do know what's to come, and we're going to give everybody just a teeny weeny tidbit. We like teeny weeny tidbits because you can't give too much in the first episode, right? Because then it's spoiled.
Exactly.
So one of the segments that we had discussed. And it's a very important one.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most important parts of your wedding day, believe it or not.
I'm like really surprised because I'm excited to know what it is, by the way. And I know everybody's excited. The segment is the first dance. Valerie, what is this first dance segment? What is the most popular dance in your professional opinion?
So it's the first dance, and there's always a song with the first dance. So an example of a very popular song, believe it or not, that's still making a comeback is 1,000 Years by Christina Perri.
Oh.
You might know it from Twilight.
Yes.
When Bella marries Edward, right? In the forest, mystical, all that energy. Very nice wedding scene, by the way.
Yeah.
Love it. Love everything about. So that song has a significance, and I know some of my couples that picked that song had a Twilight theme wedding.
Really?
Yeah. So it was because of that, wedding, the theme, the song. But a first dance is very important, and I know some of my couples went for dancing lessons. They did the whole thing. Like, you have sparklers. It's an important part, and I feel that a lot of couples focus on that moment after the ceremony. A lot of them are like, okay, I'm nervous for my first dance. I don't know how to dance, so they take lessons. You could even have the sparklers. I'm sure you've seen a lot.
Yeah.
You've seen quite a bit. You have the sparklers. You have the violinist. You name it. It's a moment.
Yep.
I have to say, the first dance, it's the moment. And I had some past weddings I did. Some people ran from the washroom to come see because we were waiting all night for it. Because the first dance, and I'm sure you've seen it too, it doesn't always happen right away, right? It happens sometimes after the grand entrance. Then they do it. Some couples right away to get it out of the way, but then some wait, and then it's like, okay, it's time. And you do your first dance. So there's no wrong or right way doing it, but that song will always stay with you forever. Right?
You'll always remember it.
You can't and I tell my couples, don't pick a random song that the DJ gives you. Don't do that, because it won't mean something to you.
Okay.
So you need something that has significance to your relationship, or maybe a song you hear on the radio when on your first date, and you want to play that song. So there's so many songs that you could pick, you name it, and I'm here to give you some very good songs. Every episode, a good song to pick for your wedding.
How about Whitesnake? Here I go again. No, I'm joking.
You'd be surprised, whatever floats your boat, right?
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
So these are just some of the juicy segments, informative segments that you guys are going to be listening to, and you'll be witnessing, and sometimes you might have questions, so don't feel free to always comment. Always comment. Let us know what you would like to hear in terms of a song. Maybe you have ideas.
Exactly.
So stay tuned, guys, for the next episode of Wedding Chimes with Val.
Where do we go sign up for this?
Yeah, Val, where do we go and sign up?
YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, we're all there.
We're all there. So we're going to have our social media is going to be Wedding Chimes with Val. We're going to put you'll see where you can go follow us to see what's next.
Exactly.
But YouTube, go subscribe, guys, so you click those notifications, that bell. Also, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever podcasts are streamed, check it out. It's going to be awesome, guys. I'm so excited for this.
Same here.
Me too. So, guys, stay tuned for our next episode coming soon.